And now, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rimes.
All right, blessed and highly favored here in the Consumer Quarterback Show studio. Thank you for spending some time with us here on the program. Greatly appreciate you. We have Thomas King joining us in studio here, Florida Firearms Academy. Doug Clark, H'ours Creole, restaurant partner over in Tarpon Springs. And we have Kelly Shea also making her debut in the Consumer Quarterback Show. She is an inventor and an innovator. She was referred to us by Carmine Dinseco from the United Inventors Association. So we got a great lineup here. We're going to have a lot of fun. We'll talk a little bit about our feel-good story of the day as well. We always like to tell you something positive here. 4-year-old calls 911 to talk about swimming, and the police respond with birthday surprise. So there you have a feel-good story of the day. We're going to talk a little about real estate stats as well. We always like to keep you updated on what's happening here locally. So we have the Hillsborough County real estate stats, the latest from the Real Estate Board. International sales as well. We like to talk about international sales, kind of get a feel and a pulse of the market. Where are the buyers coming from? What are the top countries of origin? And where are they buying? So we'll jump into that. Actually, Todd has it pulled up here. We'll jump right into it. So where do you think most buyers are coming from? From outside of the United States, from outside of the border? Well, number one is China, 15% China, Canada, 14%, 8% from Mexico. India is 6% of the international buyers, and the UK at 4%. And where are they buying? Well, they're 21% are buying in Florida, 15% California, Texas, New York, and Arizona followed that up there. So 78,100 is the number of foreign buyers home sales. So 78,100. You had $56 billion of total foreign sales in the United States, 47% share of foreign buyers that paid all cash. So about half of those sales are happening at cash. And $494,000, that's the median foreign buyer purchase price. So kind of interesting stats there from the National Association of Realtors here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. And we always help you win in any marketplace, and we talk about your real estate, your buying, selling, investing, refinancing. We would love to talk to you. A couple of hot listings that we love to feature our listings on air, and it's part of a strategy that helps our sellers sell faster for more money, maximizing the exposure, which in turn maximizes the profit on the sale of our real estate listings. You've got 118 Lakeshore Drive. Beautiful listing on Palm Harbor, on Lake Tarpon, in Palm Harbor, that is. 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, 2-car garage, 1,740 square feet, beautifully laid out for square footage. You have a 1/4-acre lot, no CDD, you got an optional HOA. The HOA, by the way, very low fee here, and you have a boat ramp that goes into the lake. You also have a clubhouse there as well. 118 Lakeshore Drive East in Palm Harbor, Florida. Huge boat dock. You've got a grandfathered in boat dock. You can't rebuild this boat dock if you wanted to. It's completely built in. In other words, if you're building new, you couldn't rebuild that big. You have a boat lift and 2 jet ski lifts, covered boat lift as well, and a lot of space there. A lot of people put their deck chairs out there, lay out and get some sun out there. You got a beautiful property there, Lakeshore Drive East, Palm Harbor, Florida. 3308 Landing Place, another one of our beautiful real estate listings. Great opportunity to purchase real estate. This one's in an upscale community in Palm Harbor. It's Cobb's Landing, right there in Palm Harbor. 3-bedroom plus an office, 3.5 bath, 2-car garage, over 3,000 square feet, over 1/3 of an acre lot, and you have a ground level master bedroom. 3308 Landing Place, Palm Harbor, Florida. Cobb's Landing, another great listing from the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. You also have private marina with boat slips and a ramp out to Lake Tarpon, gated tennis and basketball courts, waterfront park, playground, and scenic walking trails. You can see all of our real estate listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. That's right, made in America. Thomas King, welcome back in, sir.
Hey, thanks to be here. What do you think the benefit of, you said paying, a lot of them are paying cash for the homes. What, like the benefit of doing that is what, for like a tax write-off, like you're too cash heavy?
Yeah, they're probably they could take advantage of tax incentives there. I think they're also looking at, hey, I'm not going to pay finance charges. I'm not going to mess around with the bank. Sellers like to see cash because it's just a mindset thing. It's like a faster, easier close a lot of times rather than dragging it out 30 days or so with financing. We can close them quicker on the refinance side or on the purchase side. But yeah, cash is king
cash is
in a
king.
way. Yep.
Yeah. Hey, what in the world is going on with China right now? They are doing some surrogate humanoid robots.
Yes.
What? Did you see that? Like a picture of a robot with a baby in it?
Yes. That was ridiculous, dude.
So they say that it costs $14,000, where like over here it's like hundreds of $1,000s. So that would be a big save. I see that as a plus. But then does that fix the population problem, the crisis that we're having in many countries? I mean, I don't know if that's a thing.
It's ridiculous
but I don't know if this is biblical either. I mean,
transhumanism. I mean, there's a whole deal about transhumanism. If you know Steve Bannon, you could pull up his show and podcast. He has segments where he talks about transhumanism, because what happens is when you start putting chips in human beings and you start getting to a point where, especially if it's a competitive industry, let's say it's sales or whatever industry, right? If my competitors are putting chips and they're getting smarter and they can recall data faster, and I'm not, I'm just a normal human being here.
Right.
What it ends up being a decision where, like, hey, if I want to compete, I got to have this chip in my arm and my brain, right? I mean, that's where the transhumanism movement goes. But the positive side, which of course the media everybody's going to push, is, well, this person that was paralyzed was now able to walk and things like that. So there's positives and negatives. But yeah, it's kind of like that Bible verse we talked about on yesterday's show. I mean, be careful where that lion is roaring out there and looking for the to devour people. You got to be careful, man.
Maybe you'll be born with the mark of the beast. Well, I guess the one good thing is at least the robot dad wouldn't run out for smokes and never come back, right?
Yeah, exactly. That'll be interesting to see, man. Oh, buddy,
that wouldn't be fun.
Let's talk about our event too. I forgot, we got to plug this event, Thomas. We got our next Gratitude Party Business Mixer coming up on the 25th. This one's going to be over at Cox Media, 1025 The Bone Studio. It's our one of our other hours we have on Sunday morning on 1025 The Bone. And Todd, you're familiar with this place, huh?
Yeah, I worked there for 14 years, so I should be a little bit familiar with it.
Yeah,
and, a lot of great people that work over there.
I think that's a typo on that address there. Actually, I think it's got an extra digit, but 4th Street North, can't miss it. Cox Media Group there, 1025.
It's right by Gandy.
Yeah, right down the road there. Tampa Bay's best speed networking event. We're going to have food, drinks provided by America's preferred home warranty, Thomas and his team over there. Not Thomas King, but a different Thomas over there as well.
I'll take the credit.
There you go. Take the credit. All right.
I'll be there.
Yeah,
hey, I got a couple cool things for you. So tax holiday break. So that's DeSantis wrote that bill. It's September 8th through December, I think, 31st. There's not going to be any tax on firearms or ammo or all the paraphernalias with it. But, this is actually hurting gun stores because now people are all waiting, until September 8th to come in to purchase their stuff. So, I have a range in an academy, so that backs it all up for me, so it doesn't really affect me. And then the NFA, that will take place on January 1st. You won't have to pay a tax stamp. So if you're coming in to buy a suppressor, and after January 1st, you don't have to pay the government $200 tax stamp. But what that is doing, back in 2017, it also built a funnel neck right there. So right now, everyone's buying their stuff and saying, don't come in and pick it till January, do the paperwork. But by then, you may have to wait 1 year like they used to do on getting your paperwork back and getting it all done, because you still have to fill out the form.
I started that process. I want to talk to you after to see what I need to do. I think I started that, but
I only charge you double today.
I want to get a silencer. I was talking to a friend the other day. He says, "Why do you need a silencer? Can't you just use a pillow?"
Yeah, once.
Once.
And people do that.
Oh, boy.
One good thing I want to tell you right now, and this is going to be for, hey, if you do this right now for your spouse, you're going to get the big piece of chicken tonight, and you're going to get the dessert. So make sure you do this. I talked to one of these ladies at the bank there, and she said one of the biggest problems that they have is you do not go in and set up it's called a...
Oh, trust.
It's not a trust. It's saying you're a living. It's like a living
advanced directive.
Directive. So you after death. So it goes directly. So when you die, and you have a will or something, your account gets shut down, and what that happens is you're screwed. I mean, you can't get any money out. So if you just go in and you just let them know you want the bank set up. It's called payable on demand, and all you need to do is give them like your spouse's name, their social security number, and their address. And as soon as you do that, if you pass away, now they can get that money. So please go out and do that. Make your spouse really happy knowing that they're going to be well taken care of if you do pass away.
Yeah,
and this happened recently to one of my friends.
Yeah, you got to have the estate plan in place. We have great attorneys that can help you with the estate plans. Attorney Millie Athanison, Athanison Law, she helps with those, and we have others as well. So we'd love to help you with that as well. Thomas King here, Florida Firearms Academy, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show. He's on Facebook as well, Florida Guns on Facebook. But yeah, I love the consumer tips, because Thomas, a lot of times people don't realize, man, I had a crazy railroad thing the other day. This guy behind me gets out of his car. He literally gets out and walks up to my door. And when that happens, your heart starts racing. You start thinking, oh, what if? Mm-hmm. And I had my thing sitting right there in my lap. So if he wanted to come and try to get in my window or whatever, but people really need to calm down and just like, really, is it worth it, dude? You're going to get mad. And he blew his horn the whole entire time right behind me in traffic, like he's showing somehow. So first thing I thought is like, I need to get my camera out and start recording. So I started recording. That way I at least knew who it was and the type of car he's driving. But yeah, people don't realize there's a lot of stuff that happens out there, road rage, and you have a lot of, sheriff's deputies, police coming in off duty and telling you some stories. Yeah.
Yeah, but one thing is, ask yourself, if you're that guy that's blowing the horn, is that worth it?
Yeah.
Do you think, did you win?
Yeah. What prize did you get?
And, like the person that you may go attack, later down the road, let's say it was you and you're a doctor and you had to save their baby's life one day. It all circles back around.
That's right.
All you got to do is be nice to people. It's not worth it.
Yeah, exactly.
Not on our road incidents, but yeah, craziest things. People come in, talk about. It's sad to me why people want to come buy a firearm now. It used to be to the point where, hey, I want to come in and do competition sports shit. I'm like, yeah, great, we're gonna get you all set up. And now it's, I want a gun because people are breaking into my house. Right. I want a gun because someone shot me while trying to steal my car. You know what? I would love. We don't have that crime like they have in Washington, but it is out there. It is ramping up. It is about the gangs. So if we could clear that out, if we had federal people here to clear that out, awesome. And I know that Trump recently signed something to say, hey, you know what? Send the military over, stop these gangs. And I mean like stop them, unalive them. So that's what we need in this country. Stop the gangs.
No, it did as well. It was a big deal, and the crime is down in big time up in D.C. So, by the way, if you just joined us, Thomas King in studio with us. This is the Consumer Quarterback Show, and we want you to think about this show as the hub of your financial wheel, your business, your real estate. All those different categories that we talk about here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We have 80 different categories, over 45 show partners, and all of our contractors or all of our expert contributors have the goal of being a consumer advocate. It's all about helping you save time, money, avoid commission-based advice. And the folks that come on this show, we trust them, we vet them, and they can all be found on our website at consumerqb.com, consumerqb.com. You can see links there to all of our expert contributors. And we want you to think about us as your local Google. Instead of going to the computer and plugging in there, just think about the Consumer Quarterback Show. We've got all the best expert contributors right here in Tampa Bay, white collar, blue collar attorneys, CPAs, financial advisors, doctors, lawyers, attorneys, so many different ways we help you. With the talk show. Thomas, final thought back to you, nuggets of advice and parting words of wisdom.
So we got a lot of great events. Go to our webpage at ffatampa.com and look at, also, we have one in February coming up. It's H'ours Hwy. It's their gala that they're going to put together. It's going to be amazing. You want to get in on your sponsorship and get your tickets early because I guarantee it's going to sell out.
Yep, H'ours Hwy Foundation, real proud to be a part of that. Doing, if you hadn't heard about the trip down to Haiti, I say we, H'ours Hwy, Gray Bull Rescue went down to Haiti, pulled out several, Haitian orphans from rooftops on a helicopter. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff going on. And Thomas, thanks for bringing that up. Thanks for coming in today. Appreciate you, man.
My pleasure.
All right, quick break. Right back. We're going to be talking with our friend Doug Clark over at H'ours Creole, restaurant partner in Pinellas County. Coming up next, Doug Clark. Also, feel good story of the day. 4-year-old calls 911 to talk about swimming. Police respond with birthday surprise. Feel good story coming up. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my friend Brandon Rimes. Do not touch that dial. I'll come right through the radio and grab your throat.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Did you know that we buy houses cash? We can close quickly for a all-cash offer on your real estate properties, residential, commercial, even vacant land. We'll buy your property cash. No cleaning, no showings, and no hassles. You can even possibly stay in your home post-closing. Call Brandon at 813-917-1894. Submit the email at consumerqb.com or call 813-917-1894, consumerqb.com. We buy houses cash and fast. Attention business owners, did you know we have 100% financing options available? Our no money down program offers 100% financing for business owners. If you are currently leasing your commercial space, you can purchase real estate for no money down. Additionally, the program offers money for working capital, equipment, and business fixtures. You can even pay off current business debt.
All right, I got Doug on.
Reach out at 813-917-1894. Call or text 813-917-1894. BRimes at kw.com. And that is our 100% financing, no money down program for business owners. We would love to help you buying, selling, or investing in real estate. 813-917-1894. BRimes at kw.com. H'ours Creole Smokehouse, the official Pinellas County restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Say hello to Doug Clark, chef and owner Doug Clark, 310 East Tarpon Avenue, Tarpon Springs, h'ourscreole.com. H'ours Creole Smokehouse, 310 East Tarpon Avenue, Tarpon Springs, h'ourscreole.com. Excellent food, wonderful ambiance. Say hello to our friend Doug Clark. If you're facing an insurance claim, don't just trust the insurance company to have your best interests at heart. This is Brandon Rimes, Consumer Quarterback Show. Reach out to rightwaypa.com, our friend Derek Coble at rightwaypa.com. Looking to level up your sales game? With 20-plus years of coaching experience spanning across several industries, Lindsay Rimes helps everyone from entry-level reps to seasoned business owners boost sales, improve work-life balance, and retain top talent with customized options catered to personal, group, or corporate settings. Brandon and Lindsay Rimes offer training on negotiation strategy, business development, and more. Let's grow your business together. Call 813-917-1894. That's 813-917-1894. Submit an email at consumerqb.com.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes. Online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
The Consumer Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty. Coming up, Doug Clark, H'ours Creole. Before we do 10129 Little Road, we got a commercial property on Little Road in Newport Richey. Our sellers love the fact that we feature their listings on air. This is a commercial property, over an acre of land, chiropractic office, seller motivated, over a dozen parking spaces, ADA compliant entrance ramp and bathroom. Great opportunity to buy real estate. Got a newer roof there as well in 2020. Commercial property at 10129 Little Road, Newport Richey, Florida. Great opportunity to buy real estate. 13229 Interlaken Road, Odessa. Another opportunity for vacant land. Buy and build. Buy some dirt. Build your dream home here. You got a 24 by 30 metal storage shed as well. Building, that is, on site as well. 13229 Interlaken Road, Odessa, Florida. Great opportunity to buy real estate. You can see all of our listings. And if you're buying, selling, investing, or refinancing, we would love to talk to you. Check us out online at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
Yeah, I'm raising my glass to those saving our ass overseas.
All right, Doug Clark, H'ours Creole. How you been, sir?
Good. How you doing, man? Great to hear you. Great to be back on the show. Missed you guys.
Yes, sir. Blessed and highly favored, my friend. Everything's good, man. Good stuff happening. H'ours Creole. Tell us a little bit more about the restaurant there.
Yeah, we're out here grinding away. We got smoking some food. We got ribs on. We got wings. We got drummies. I just pulled potatoes off the smoker. We're going to make some potato salad here for tonight. Every Thursday, we do our rib special. We got drummies and wing specials on Tuesdays. Happy hour all night long on Wednesdays. And we do, we pick a different charity here and there on every Wednesday, Runaways or we'll have a duo band come out, small little band they play, and we kind of dump some proceeds there, or you can log in and pay yourself as well. But we do extremely discounted nights, so $10 to $12 to $15 sandwiches, homemade burgers, 5-pepper jelly, pulled pork sandwiches, hot, fresh off the smoker, stuff like that. Just trying to keep people in the loop and make sure that, we're taking care of the people out there that are taking care of us. It's hot in the summer right now, so we're trying to make sure, we do happy hour all night long. We got some great drink specials. We know there's no skimping here, so come in for the old-fashioned on a regular night. You're going to get 3 ounces, and we're going to give you 3 ounces on happy hour. So you're going to come in and get a good meal, get a good drink, and, hopefully take care of some people outside the way. So, yeah, we're rocking and rolling here, man.
Doug, technology and AI is taking over a lot. The interesting quote that I saw coming out of the Energy and AI conference a couple weeks ago was the CEO of BlackRock saying that we're going to need right now 500,000 electricians immediately. And I know in the restaurant industry, they're coming after you with these robots. You're getting visits from robots. They're trying to replace the workers with servers with robots, right?
They approached us we've been talking about this for a couple of years, and it just keeps getting stronger and stronger. But, a place like, ours, I don't think it really fits. I could see it somewhere else down the line. I'm not going to, jump in and say what, any business should or should not do. But, here at us, our restaurant, we're family owned. It's me and my wife. My brother, Todd, is Adora Clark, my wife, and Grandma Gigi, she's here hosting. And, it's the whole idea behind it. We're a strong family. We support our family. What we do here is, when you walk in the door, we want you to think that you're walking into a house. It's a 1907 Queen Victorian. So when you come here, we're going to try to treat you. We want to know your name. You know our name, and we're not going to overwhelm you with something. I don't need iRobot running down with the old house here with your food. We're going to take care of you, and we're going to, we're going to keep the dining experience the way it's supposed to be and how we were brought up. It's not, we're coming in. You walk in, I got to get served right now. We're not trying to do that. If somebody's in a rush, let us know. But we're going to come in here. Yeah. Enjoy yourself, enjoy the family time, and everything take care of itself. We're not trying to do that. I don't need robots peeling potatoes for me.
Well, luckily downtown in your area too, right there on Tarpon Ave, great location, Tarpon Avenue. I don't think there's much of a homeless scene, but the lady in St. Peter, Ronica Whaley, the owner of She's So Crispy in downtown St. Petersburg, she had to sue the city to get the homelessness out of the restaurant. The people were outside the restaurant defecating on the terrible story. I don't know if you've seen that. We're running out of time here. We got about a minute left, but I just wanted to mention that because when you have external forces affecting the restaurant industry is hard enough already, but when you have these external things like homeless people, around hanging out around your restaurant, that's going to be terrible for that restaurant owner in St. Pete.
It's horrible. I don't know what goes on there, but here in Tarpon, everybody takes care of us. We're looking out for each other. Everybody's here. Obviously everybody's in the business for themselves. Everybody wants to make money, but if the area and the city is not taking care of, the businesses, then the city's not going to make any money. The city needs us as much as we need the city, and we need, our police and everybody else to patrol the streets. And if there's a problem, we got to take care of it, and let's not, people can't take advantage of, the politeness of, whatever, that's terrible. You shouldn't have that.
Yeah, exactly. Where do they find you at, Doug? What's the location there? What's your coordinates?
Man, check us out at 310 East Tarpon Avenue this Saturday. We got White Linen Nights. It's a New Orleans theme. Come out and get all dressed in white. We got a little, band out there right downtown Tarpon Springs. 310 East Tarpon Avenue. Let's go, Tarpon Springs, Florida.
Let's go. I love it.
34689.
All right, Doug Clark, H'ours Creole. Go say hello to him. Let him know you heard about him right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Thanks, Doug.
All right, see you, Brand.
All right, quick break. Right back. We're going to be talking with Kelly Shea in studio, innovation station kits, and more from the Consumer Quarterback Show. Plus, feel-good story of the day coming up. 4-year-old calls 911 to talk about swimming. Police respond with birthday surprise. Feel-good story coming up.
This is Warwick Dunn, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rimes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Brandon Rimes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty. Always helping you win in your real estate deals, your buying, selling, investing, refinancing. We would love to talk to you, and we promise to get back to you before our head hits the pillow on any of your consumer advocacy questions, ideas that you have. We'd love to chat with you on that. We greatly appreciate everybody that reaches out to the show hotline. Just give us a call on the hotline. You can hit us up on the website, submit that form at consumerqb.com. There's an email form there in case you want to get in contact with us there. And we promise to make sure we, handle with care. Any questions, comments on the show. We get a lot of calls. A lot of people want to know about refinancing, what's going to happen with the rates. We think they're going to improve significantly. Also got an election going on in New York City. Keeping a close eye on that one because if the front runner gets in, there's going to be a surplus of people coming to South Florida again. It's going to be a COVID 2.0 rush. So get your pre-approvals in place. Make sure you're getting ready because we see that on the horizon. That's going to happen as well. All right, feel-good story of the day coming up. Also, we have Kelly Shea joining us in studio. She's an inventor, innovation station kits. Give us a little teaser of what you're going to talk about today.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about how I really just want to make a lasting impact on the next generation of entrepreneurs and through my kits.
I love it. All right, cool. Yes, and Kelly was introduced to us through Carmine, who you've heard on the show, Carmine Deniseco. He is the president of the United Inventors Association. Really cool organization. I think it's over 100,000, maybe 150,000 inventors across the globe. And he's the president right here locally in Tampa Bay. Great guy. He's got a charismatic smile, just a great guy. And he's helping us. I say us, I'm helping my cousin and, trying to help him with an invention that he created. So I'll talk about that here in just a minute. Before we do a couple of hot listings, we always feature our properties on air. Our strategy works. It helps our sellers sell faster for more money with maximum profit. We're broadcasting our listings up and down the entire Gulf Coast of Florida, maximizing the exposure and the profit on the sale of our real estate listings. 9594 Southeast Merricamp Road. This one's in Ocala, Florida. We're selling a business here, 5,725 square feet. You got almost an acre of land. Thriving hardware store with lucrative income streams, booming Silver Springs shores. That's in the Ocala area. A couple key points. You got rentable sections here that are rented out. Cash flow. This is a cash cow property. Seller financing is available with a strong down payment. 9594 Southeast Merricamp Road in Ocala, Florida. Great opportunity to buy real estate right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. Kind of our northern listening audience there as well. 10413 Main Street, Thenona Sassa. We just did a price improvement. Owner motivated here. You got 3.63 acres of vacant land, a.k.a. buy some dirt right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. This one's in Thenona Sassa, commercial property. We're going to walk you through that if you need help on the purchasing side, because there's a lot of questions when it comes to buying land. You got to get your surveys, future land use. You got to make sure you're checking out the soil samplings, the water. All those questions have to be answered, and it has to come together and make it make sense for you. 10413 Main Street, Thenona Sassa. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. All right, quick shout out to our friends over at Lee's Royal Services as well. Lee does a great job cleaning our real estate properties. Lee'sRoyalServices.com. Home and office cleaning. Also on the exterior, talk to our friend over at Heights Soft Wash, pressure washing company, HeightsSoftWash.com. Pressure washing company right here in Tampa Bay. Residential, commercial, pressure washing, HeightsSoftWash.com. Make sure you let them know the real estate quarterback sent ya. All right, Kelly Shea, welcome in. Pleasure to chat with you here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. I love the entrepreneurship. That was my degree plan back in school. I played football at USF, played in Virginia for a couple years, and then ultimately graduated from FGCU down in the Fort Myers area with a entrepreneurship concentration, business management degree. But I love entrepreneurship. Tell me what's your thoughts generally about entrepreneurship. What comes to mind?
Yeah, I mean, I love entrepreneurship as well. I grew up obviously watching Shark Tank with my parents and never really knew how to actually invent something. So it wasn't until I got to college. I graduated high school in 2020.
Okay.
So I didn't really have graduation or anything like that. But when I still decided to go to UCF, and this is where, I self-taught to 3D print, made a few prototypes, launched my first product. And then since then, I've just been straight into entrepreneurship, even with an elementary ed degree. So.
Yeah, that's really cool. I love that.
Thank you.
So 3D printing, they're printing houses now, right?
Oh,
I was listening
it's
to Tony
crazy.
Robbins. One of my best, weeks of my life, I went to Tony Robbins Business Mastery. He was teaching that class over in Namale, Fiji, way over in the South Pacific. It takes a while to get there. But yeah, some of the lessons taken from that is, what's your USP, your unique selling proposition? What's your differentiation factor? How are you different? In other words, in Tampa Bay, how are you different from all of the other 20,000 realtors out there, right? So differentiation, those things come to mind when I think of entrepreneurship, finding a niche and figuring out how to reach that niche.
Yeah, and I think a lot of employers now, like even when I graduated, was looking for a job, they all want that entrepreneurial mindset because they want you to be problem solvers on your own rather than having to ask so many different questions.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like just take initiative, and that's what I think entrepreneurship kind of embodies.
Yeah, because if I gotta answer all those questions all day, then I might as well do the work myself.
Yeah, exactly.
Is the mindset of the boss, right?
Yep.
So let's talk. I wanted to mention too my cousin's invention here, and it's patent protected, so I'm going to say it on air. But essentially, he grew up as a firefighter. He's assistant chief now in my hometown, small town called LaBelle down in Fort Myers, east of Fort Myers. But anyways, he has a really cool invention, and Carmine's kind of helping us, and maybe we'll broadcast it out there. Somebody listening right now, maybe a fire chief somewhere says, "Hey, wow, I could really get behind that," because we want to try to get a deal done here and get this product out. But essentially, when you think about the traditional smoke detector in your house, old school, old technology. I mean, there's not much new about it. So he created one that essentially will alert the fire right away. It has a couple different cool functions to where what you're doing is it has lights. So essentially, let's say like there's a grandma in the house, right? And she's like, "Hey, grandma, go to the back door." So it's a smart system. It's wired directly to the box, so your electrical box. So immediately your air conditioning shuts down, because the old school doesn't shut any air conditioning down, and you're spreading the fire. So the firefighters will tell you it starts in this room, it ends up in that room, because it's pulling the air. Your air handler's pushing that air throughout, right? So it has a lot of these cool functions and the invention, the strategy is, let's reduce human loss, let's reduce property loss. So I got to think that there's an insurance company or a firefighter fire chief out there. So yes, grandma, go to the front door, not the back door. Go, here's the way out, and it lights up. It lights and shines down. This is the way. Green light. Go this way. So anyways, that's that in a nutshell. And he's got it all patent pending. He spent a lot of money with those invent help people on TV. So he spent some money there. So this thing's ready to go. We just got to get it in the right hands and find the right investor.
Yeah, and that's awesome, because that's something that we always preach. I also work for the United Inventors Association and for Carmine, helping him with manufacturing now and all that. And I love that world. And the best products are ones that are created by people in the industry.
Yes.
Right? So like if he's been a fire chief for so many years, he knows what's needed and the actual problem that he's solving.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
Awesome.
Yeah, the problem to solve. Yeah, exactly. And remember Billy Mays? You remember that name?
Yeah.
I met with him too. I was helping out somebody else with an invention, and and his two things. I still remember like the 2 or 3 takeaways. It was like, hey, is the product demonstrable? Right? It's got to be able to be demonstrated. Is the product? Do you have a certain ratio? Like you make it for X, you sell it for 20X or whatever it is, 10X, whatever it might be. But yeah, so that's kind of interesting. So tell me more about your innovation station kits. Those sound pretty cool.
Yeah, well, thank you. So it's something I've been working hard on kind of the past few months. So I obviously graduated, like I mentioned, with an elementary education degree, but I went through the whole invention process in college, became a peer mentor and all of that. And when I graduated, I decided I didn't want to be a teacher yet, mostly because I don't want to deal with the parents yet side of things, which is fine. It's just, being a young teacher, it can be tough. And I think I'll go back to it one day. But I took my experience with invention and kind of all the different programs I interned with and those types of things. And I saw, hey, there's a real gap when it comes to actually teaching invention. Yeah. There's a lot of like how to work for other people or financial literacy or for high school, that kind of stuff. But those are all prompted. So what my kits do is it's a series of 4 kits of understanding problems before creating solutions, one of the biggest mistakes inventors make. And then let's invent all the way to pitching your product. So you actually learn how to deliver an elevator pitch. And what I do is I have storybooks that they follow along 2 characters experiencing real world problems. Like, hey, if the table's wobbly, how can we fix it?
Yeah.
So there's no technology. It's all hands on. And you kind of have these activities where I meet them halfway so that you can reinvent and learn how to really work on the items around you.
Yeah, critical thinking skills. That's the key. That's and we're in competition against China. We're in competition against these other countries. We have to outthink and innovate, and we have to start with the youth. The youth is who we have to reach, and we see this in so many different ways. By the way, if you just joined us, I'm your host Brandon Rimes. We're talking with Kelly Shea in studio with us. She is an innovator and an entrepreneur. Her website innovationstationkits.com. Check her out online. And I wanted to get to our feel-good story of the day before I forget. This is a really cool. We try to tell you something positive here in a world full of negativity. This is one of the things we do on our talk show is we do a feel-good story.
Tell me something good.
All right, so you got a 4-year-old calls 911 to talk about swimming, and the police respond with a birthday surprise. In Farmington Hills, Michigan, a 4-year-old Micah dialed 911 to chat about his love for sports. Officer Michael L. Haig was dispatched to ensure everything was okay. After confirming it was just a mix-up, he spent time talking with Michael and his brother, Mitch, even showing them his police cruiser. When L. Haig learned Micah's birthday was coming up, he returned on his day off with gifts, a soccer goal, police cap, and a badge. The department praised the encounter as a perfect example of turning a small mistake into a moment of connection and community policing. So there you have it, our feel-good story of the day. I love that, and the feel-good stories are always fun, something fun around here on the show. I wanted to get to this other story, Todd, where you have in any industry, you have good, better, and best. Yesterday's show, we talked with Dr. Doug Arvanitis, and he was talking about a struggle he had with a knee surgery, and he interviewed 4 different orthopedics, and 3 of them sent the PAs in, didn't even really look at the, oh yeah, we got to do a knee surgery, and then he ended up finally, the 4th was very specific and said, hey, I want to know your history, and I like these x-rays, but I want to get an MRI, I want to get a couple MRIs done. So my point, any industry, there's good, better, and best, and there's consolidation, especially in a market like this. So if we could put that graphic up, what we have here, this is the member profile for all of the realtors, National Association of Realtors. You've got your demographics there. It's a little 63% more on the female side. You've got median age of realtors 57 years old, 80% white. You got Hispanic, 9% black. You have these different breakdowns. But it also talks about it goes into the number of, you have 2.5 million median sales volume. That's the business activity of the average realtor. Our team does well over 30 million. You have 32 median number of properties managed, 10 median number of transactions. Housing affordability, most important factor limiting potential clients from making a purchase. Business characteristics, 70% practice residential, 87% are independent contractors, and 12 years is the median experience. So you also have, there's numbers too. When you look at the number of realtors in Tampa Bay, there's something like at the peak, it's going to be around 20 to 25,000 realtors throughout Tampa Bay. And now it depends on if you're counting 5 counties, 7 counties, how many counties are you including in that? But my point is, when you have less transactions, which we've seen over the last 12 to 18 months, you're going to have industry consolidation. So the industry number is going to drop significantly. It's down somewhere around 20%. There was another one, Todd, another image to put up where it shows, it has the chief, the CEO, I guess, of the National Association of Realtors, and he's talking about the actual number. But it was something like 20% of a reduction. Yes, that's it. Thank you. Inman News, in the face of slow home sales, National Association of Realtors now anticipates approximately 240,000, almost 250,000 members to walk away over the next year, falling from a peak of about 1.6 million 2 years ago to an expected 1.2 million a year. So the CEO of Inman News, that's a real estate organization. So my point is, industries consolidate, things change. choose a good realtor, choose a great mortgage loan officer, and we want you to think about our show as the hub of your financial wheel. Each one of those spokes extending out, representing another one of our expert contributors. So you talk about your CPA, your financial advisor, your mortgage, your real estate, your title, all of those different hats, right? So we have the blue collar covered, white collar companies, all types of great attorneys associated with the show. So whatever you need, we want to be your personal Google for all things right here in Tampa Bay. And you can call the hotline at 813-917-1894. Call or text our show hotline. It's an off-air number, and you will reach us at 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. All right, quick break, right back. More with Kelly Shea. She is a entrepreneur and innovator, and her website is innovationstationkits.com. And we'll talk more with her about entrepreneurship and a lot of other good things happening. I want to also get into the latest Hillsborough County stats. What's happening locally right here in Hillsborough County? We've got the absorption rate. We've got the month's supply of inventory. We're going to go over that next here coming up as well. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. Please make sure to send him all of your real estate deals and subscribe to the Consumer Quarterback Show podcast on iTunes and Spotify, or check out our YouTube channel. Have a blessed day.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes. Online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Consumer Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty. 12941 Wildflower is another one of our hot listings from the Platinum MVP team. This one's Wildflower Meadow Drive in Riverview, Florida. 5 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, 2-car garage, 49 square feet. This was located in Triple Creek. It's a vibrant Riverview community with 990 acres of planned unit development. If you're familiar with the PUDs, you got awesome amenities in a lot of cases. This one has a large clubhouse, 2 pools. You've got tennis and basketball courts. Great opportunity to buy real estate in Riverview, Florida. That's East Hillsborough County. Great opportunity there in Hillsborough County. You can see all of our real estate listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. All right, so we're in studio here with Kelly Shea, and innovationstationkits.com is her website. I wanted to touch on some real estate stats real quick, as promised. So if you look at Hillsborough County right now, what's going on, and you have 7,038 active listings right now, and if you divide that by the number of solds, that gives us that's 1,834 solds, 26% absorption rate, meaning how quickly the properties are being sold, absorbed on the market, from the market. And if you divide that out, that's a 3.8 month supply of inventory. So now, yeah, it's different. If you're going to get into granular, you could separate the condos from the single family homes, right? But we're talking complete overall Hillsborough County. It's a somewhat of a balanced market, I would say. And if you compare that number to the high water mark, no pun intended, not talking about hurricanes, but March of 22, you had 1,118 actives. And again, I just said 7,000 actives right now. So back in March of 22, we only had 1,100 actives. That's a difference of 5,920 active listings. So in other words, buyers now have 6.3 times more options, more choices, right, Kelly? In any market, the number of buyers and sellers are going to create your demand, right?
Yeah, it's crazy because you always see the shift of people moving here versus moving away. And then the time of year, everything's being affected. With school just starting too, I know there's a huge drop with obviously listings and sales and stuff. And that affects everything. It affects the economy of the whole city.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Great point, because everything's intertwined, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you have issues in California and New York. Those people moved to Florida. Now we have more demand. And in the property taxes, I've been kind of beating this drum lately. Property taxes, I tell you, man, Hillsborough County, I hate to say it, but we're ripe with fraud here. We got waste, fraud, and abuse happening in Hillsborough County. My friend, the county commissioner, Joshua Wostel, he's done a great job of pointing this out. But the top 5 metros where the property taxes have increased the most. So you talk about the effects of that migration. Again, Florida, #1 in migration. California, #1 net migration out, right?
Yeah.
So what does that translate into? Well, in the top 5 metros since 2019, Tampa, Florida, 56.7% increase in property taxes. Okay, that's ridiculous. You can't tell me that there's not some waste, fraud, and abuse somewhere. We have to dig in. And by the way, my friend Josh, he sent this letter to the governor, and he says, hey, we want to voluntarily submit Hillsborough County formal notification request for the county commissioners to vote on opening our books, right? Yep. So guess what? The county commission voted down.
Yeah.
They've said, no, we don't want to open our books. I wonder why.
Yeah,
I wonder why. Anyways, so I want to give you the last couple minutes here, Kelly. Tell us a little bit more, about your businesses. And I know you have this webinar series coming up too.
Yeah. So, I'm just working right now on getting my kids in front of homeschooling parents, maybe some independent schools, and just going from there, seeing how it works. I kind of made everything that educators and students need to promote, but of course it's a business and you got to sell, and we'll see kind of where that goes. But I love helping inventors and entrepreneurs. But I'm really excited actually to listen in and kind of host you on our side with the United Inventors Association. I know you're coming on with your wife, Lindsay, starting September 24th.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. I love it. Love educating. I teach classes at the Realtor boards. I teach classes at Keller Williams, and I love negotiation. One of my strong suits is the power of negotiation. I love sales. I love branding. Lindsay is great with organizational improvements and things of that nature. She's run really big sales firms, but kudos on the homeschooling, because I think that's where America's going. I think you're going to see more and more, not so much in a state like Florida, because we do have school choice, and if they're in a bad district, hey, you can go to the other side of town or wherever to go to school. But homeschooling is such a huge trend in America, because during the COVID years, we saw what happened.
Yeah, and a lot of parents don't like how much technology is in classrooms today. Like Hillsborough County just did the controversial phone ban in schools, where you have to lock up your phone before each class. So, there's pros and cons to that, but it's definitely something that a lot of parents are moving to homeschool for, just because they don't want to deal with that. And their kids know how to navigate online or use ChatGPT, but not...
Well, not only that, the indoctrination stuff that happens too.
Oh, of course.
There's a lot of that happening too. Hey, great job today. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you for having me.
Say hello to Carmine for me, and appreciate you coming in. We had Thomas King as well, H'ours Creole, Doug Clark on today's program. Thank you so much for supporting the Consumer Quarterback Show. Follow us online, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Do something kind for one another. Be a force for good in the community. And thanks for tuning in. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Call Brandon Rimes at 813-917-1894. That's 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show.